It's the All-Star break in Major League Baseball, and the New York Yankees are 64-28. 64-28. Best team in baseball, bar none. A simply historic start. This weekend was the perfect exclamation point of all of the above. My guy Garrett Cole stuck it to the Boston Red Sox. His mound, his game, 12 strikeouts, 0 walks, 2 runs in 7 dominant innings. The New York Yankees, a juggernaut, an absolute juggernaut. Yankees pounded their blood rivals this weekend, destroying the Red Sox. 14-1 on Saturday, 13-2 Sunday afternoon. And honestly, the results, it kind of says everything here about both teams. The Yankees have the look of a champion. Aaron Judge is the MVP. He's on fire. 33 homers, 60. It's a real shot. And how about our guy, Matt Carpenter? Bam! The journeyman has become a mustache legend. 10 RBI this weekend against Boston, 34 RBI in 31 games since he joined the Yankees off the scrap heap in late May. I might grow a mustache with the way Carpenter has performed. The Yankee stars and role players, they're shining. The rankings are unbelievable. The defense, it's the best defense in baseball after being one of the worst last year. Defense is remarkable. The bullpen is great. Sure, I'm a little worried about Severino on the injured list. Joey Gallo stinks. I'd love the Yankees to trade for our guy Luis Castillo, who's brilliant for the Reds in Yankee Stadium last week, but the Yankees are the team to beat in baseball. And being up 16.5 on Boston is just delicious. Bag it, Boston. Oh, the Red Sox are a hot mess. Pitching's terrible. Penn's an embarrassment. The Red Sox chew on this nugget of futility. 0-10-1 in series against the American League East in the first half of the season. That is remarkably, historically inept. And Boston unlucky, too. I mean, look at this. Yikes. Chris Sale finally comes back, and Aaron Hicks fractured his pinky, and who knows if Boston is going to see Sale the rest of the year. Sox have lost 6 of 7, 48-45 on the season. You have star players on the team, free agents at the end of the year. So I think the games after the All-Star break will decide if Boston is going to buy or sell by the trade deadline. They need a lot of work. The offense isn't consistent enough to mask that awful aforementioned stench of the pitching. Frankly, at the end of the day, making trades could be akin to reshuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic. It's just not the Red Sox year, which makes the Yankees' domination and march to the World Series and history that much sweeter. I absolutely love my guy Clayton Kershaw as the starting pitcher in the All-Star Game for the National League at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Perfection. Right move, only move. This is an exhibition game. It doesn't count. It's a show. It's a showcase. I know that Sandy Alcantara is the Cy Young favorite. I know that Tony Gonsolin has better 2022 numbers on the Dodgers. I also don't care. I will always and forever argue that Clayton Kershaw is the best pitcher in baseball history. The numbers, the accolades, the feel, the career ERA, the strikeout to walk ratio, the longevity of domination. He pitched in a hitter's era. All the Cy Youngs, the Cy Young finishes. He won that championship to eliminate the previous postseason negativity, just like Peyton Manning did. Starting him tomorrow night, it's great. It's deserved. It's great for the fans, for the players, for the buzz, for baseball. The history, the appreciation, that ovation he's going to get in L.A. You heard Kershaw. This is meaningful. On the flip side, what a waste not having Shohei Ohtani as the starting pitcher for the American League. And it's great that he's going to lead off as the DH and he's going to face the aforementioned Kershaw, but come on. Once Justin Verlander was ineligible for the honor after pitching this weekend, it was Ohtani. Shane McClanahan, I mean, please. Random dude who apparently pitches for the Rays, and I'm only exaggerating for effect. I mean, he's been great, but even Dusty Baker joked he's never seen McClanahan pitch before. Now, Dusty did say that it was suggested by people close to Ohtani that Ohtani not start. I want it on record. I'm not blaming Dusty Baker. This is on baseball. Ohtani is a unicorn. He's Babe Ruth, only better. doing things at the plate and the mound at the same time, same season that have literally never been done before in baseball history. Shohei Ohtani has been majestic pitching all season. Baseball should have said, for the good of the game, you're the starting pitcher in the AllStar Game. It's a celebration of history and season greatness. Kershaw was a no-brainer to start. We just needed Ohtani. Utah Jazz General Manager Justin Zanuck is telling you he's trading Donovan Mitchell. And I'm telling you that I'm praying every single night that he gets traded to the Knicks. And I think it's going to happen. The reports are out there that the Knicks have engaged on talks. Great. The Jazz are clearly breaking it all down. And Danny Ainge, this is exactly what he did in Boston. This is exactly what he just did. First move in Utah, first big move in Utah with the Rudy Gobert trade. Danny Ainge wants picks. The Knicks have the picks, like to the tune of 11 first-rounders in the future. Mitchell is a great player, grew up in New York, still lives in the metropolitan area. Die-hard New York sports fan. His dad works for the Mets. He wants to be in New York. Phil Jackson picked Frank Ntilikina over him years ago, and I loathe Phil Jackson for that. That was the easiest first guess in the history of time to shine. This is going to happen, especially because the Jazz don't need R.J. Barrett. They'd rather have picks. 6 picks, first-round picks for a star like Mitchell who wants to be in New York and be a Knick. Whatever. Make the deal. It's so rare that you have a player like Mitchell who wants to be in New York. Give up the 6 first-rounders. The Knicks are desperate. Donovan's worth it. 6 first-rounders, quickly Grimes, top and done. Easiest decision the Knicks can make. And I'm telling you, because it's going to be 6 first-round picks, that's what's going to get it done. Mitchell is an offensive machine who oozes likability. He's going to be a fan favorite, a star in New York. Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. You know what that is? That's a basketball team. Mitchell and Brunson in the backcourt together. Please, please. I've wanted Mitchell in New York since he was starring in high school. It's going to happen. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be crushed. Dear sports gods, I need this. The Knicks need this. Donovan Mitchell wants this. I feel it. Let's go. Donovan Mitchell is going to finally be a Knick. At this stage, he better be. Welcome back, Time to Shine. I got a lot of stuff to get off my chest on a Monday, and look, I'll be the first to admit this. I did not see this coming, but after 14 straight wins, the Seattle Mariners are no fluke. They deserve our attention and command our respect. And I was thrilled that my guy, Ty France, who I talked to on my SiriusXM radio show, was able to hit this bomb and make the All-Star team. And he should have been on originally before being an injury replacement. Rodriguez is unbelievable. The Mariners are legit. They are currently a wild card team. And look, it's always the joke, right? Remember the 2001 Mariners? Well, they obviously were a juggernaut. They have the longest drought in terms of the franchise in baseball currently without making the postseason. I think they're going to make it. And I was, one of those beginning of the year, I didn't take the cheese. A lot of pundits, the Twitter tough guys, picking Seattle to make the playoffs. I didn't think they were good enough. France made this point to me. He's like, look, we had a lot of injuries. Schedule was tough early. The lockout impacted the team in spring training, his words. And now everybody's healthy. The confidence is unbelievable. The schedule got easier. That's not a criticism, right? That's how you make the playoffs in baseball. You beat the teams you're supposed to beat. I think the Mariners are going to finally end that drought. I'm openly rooting for this to happen. And I think the Seattle Mariners, powered by France and Rodriguez, both in the All-Star game, 14-game winning streak, longest win streak in baseball history going into the All-Star break. The Seattle Mariners are for real, and they're going to make the playoffs this season. What a story. Got to get this off my chest. Juan Soto turning down the Nationals' gigantic contract offer was a no-brainer. Seriously. And I'm even surprising myself a little bit with this take, but stay with me. Normally I'd scream $440 million, sign the contract. It's $29 million, 15 for 440 in terms of average annual value. That's not good enough for Juan Soto. What he has done in his career, The numbers speak for themselves. You have to remember, this is a guy who hit .333, 3 homers, 7 RBI, 6 runs, .438 on base percentage in the 2019 World Series. And he carried his team. Remember, he had that big homer against Hader in the wild card game? He's a clutch postseason performer. Jason Stark from The Athletic, and we made a big deal about this on Time to Shine, wrote a piece comparing Soto to Ted Williams. You realize that Soto and Ted Williams, only players in baseball history to have led the major leagues in on-baseball percentage and multiple times by age 22? He needs to be at the top, very top of this list. I'm going to read you a couple other stats. 145 walks in 2021, the most in a season going back to Barry Bonds in 2004. Only player in the 21st century other than Bonds to have a .490 on base percentage. Led Major League Baseball 3 straight seasons in walk percentage. Youngest player ever to win the batting title. He's 23 years old. Any team in baseball should want Juan Soto. Look, the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Cubs, Dodgers, the big market teams, obviously, they're all going to be in. I think of those, the Dodgers are the one that make the most sense, but I think that every team in baseball has to consider this. You know, the Giants, the Padres, the Cardinals, and he's going to make more money. Soto talked to the press today. He's upset, obviously, about all the losing. He's very upset that this story was leaked. You know, Mike Rizzo, since the World Series in 2019, has run this team into the ground. You know, going even back to giving Strasburg the contract, letting Bryce Harper go, the Scherzer-Turner deal. Juan Soto knows if he signed this contract, he's Mike Trout. Mike Trout has all sorts of regrets. Every time I'm on Time to Shine, I have to argue Mike Trout is the greatest player in baseball history. You know, you guys tweet me and look at me like I'm crazy. You have to sell it because Trout's never in the postseason. Soto knows he can get more money. This is his way of telling the Nationals, I will never sign a contract with you, a contract extension, because I don't believe in the organization. Great job by Juan Soto turning this down. He will make more money, deserves it, going elsewhere. Juan Soto could get $500 million. He's 23 years old. He's Ted Williams, but only more well-rounded, and he's going to be worth every single penny. I got to get this off my chest. Great job by the Phoenix Suns bringing DeAndre Ayton back. And I'm thrilled that they got this done because, look, there was some concern. They were scapegoating him, which I thought was wrong. Remember, he didn't play in Game 7, obviously. You know, Phoenix has had heartbreak the last couple of years, up 2-0 a couple of years ago against Milwaukee en route to a championship, and then they blew it. This year, best team in the regular season. They failed in the postseason. That, to me, is more on Chris Paul than anything else. I think DeAndre Ayton, he's absolutely part of a legit, the screen reads right, big three. I think they have a Chris Paul problem. DeAndre Ayton, absolutely part of the solution. I got to get this off my chest. Russell Westbrook and his longtime agent, Thad Foucher, parting ways, and I am fascinated to see how this all plays out for Russ, because this quote, to me, is bizarre and damning. I agree with what Thad said here, that Russ needs to embrace Darvin Ham and the Lakers. And it's not good for him historically to just have draft picks be included to find another team that will take his services. So if I'm Russ, and he showed up at the Ham press conference, showed up at the Lakers Summer League, if I'm Russ, I'm going to be a good citizen, a good teammate. I'm going to be a good soldier. I'm going to stop reacting to the criticism and the press and what's online and on social media. You know I'm obsessed with Russell Westbrook, but I am stunned that there's even a thought process he wants away from the Lakers. Play defense, play with LeBron, play with AD. I think staying in Los Angeles is the right move and only move for Russ.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.